Welcome back to another episode of GLANZ Wellness Podcast, where we're here to discuss everything aesthetics and get you informed of the new trends and everything that surrounds the med spa. Thank you for being here, sending your questions, and being so involved with our podcast. It's definitely something fun that I love to do because it answers the questions that most patients have. This week on this episode, I'm going to be talking about common misconceptions in aesthetics, and we're going to be answering some questions that are very common that the patients ask me when I see during their consultations, and I want to make sure that I answer them so that if you hear them out there, you know the truth. Myth number 1, my acne will improve if only I could eat better. Acne is due to multiple reasons, not only our eating habits. So one of the reasons for acne is that bacteria accumulates underneath our skin or in our pores because we don't wash our face the right way or because of multiple reasons. One of them also could be increased oil production, which causes bacteria to form on the skin, which is going to cause breakouts and inflammation. If this happens, this is due to multiple reasons, not only how we eat. Yes, our diet can influence how our skin reacts, so it's always good to eat, low candy content or sugar content, to drink lots of water, and every patient is different. What can affect one patient doesn't necessarily affect others. That is why you have to make sure that you find out what is your reason to have breakouts. But not only our diet affects how our skin looks. It could also be due to not washing our face enough or not washing our pillowcases enough, or what we use to clean our faces, right? Like our towels, the clothes that we are wearing. So all of those things can build bacteria that then transfers into our skin. Another reason could be not getting our pores clean enough where they're getting clogged to the point where it's creating bacteria under the skin. That is why we have treatments, for example, our Diamond Glow Facial, that actually not only exfoliates the skin, but also deeply cleans your pores to make sure that all that dirt in your pores is removed and your face is truly clean. This is recommended once a month. And besides the treatments that you can do here at the office, we also have what we do at home. We built a skincare regimen just for you, very customizable based on how many products we think you're going to be compliant with, and also what you're going to be able to do. For example, if patients travel a lot, I want to give them a regimen that is fast and on the go. So I customize the therapy to you and your needs, but having a skincare regimen at home is very important for maintenance and improvement of breakouts. And also other things like exfoliating our skin, using blue LED light therapy, and making sure that what we have around our skin, like I said earlier, our pillowcases are always clean. You should clean this maybe once a week. If we're talking about brushes for makeup for women, obviously those should be cleaned every 3 to 4 days. All that buildup of bacteria is going to affect our skin and is going to penetrate through our epidermis and cause breakouts. Let's debunk myth number 2. Aesthetic procedures are only for women. No, this is totally not true. Even though I see patients that are mostly females, because I feel females kind of like watch on Instagram more about aesthetics, they are more into their makeup and their skincare routine. I do see a lot of male patients here at my office, and not only I treat them for their pores, acne scarring, and getting their facials regularly, but I also treat patients for hormone replacement like testosterone. A lot of men are deficient on testosterone and they don't even realize it. Sometimes men can have normal symptoms where they don't feel fatigue or they have normal libido, but they still have problems with testosterone. As we know, testosterone is the male hormone, and you want to make sure that that testosterone is balanced and at your optimal levels. That includes based on your age, your workout routine, and your lifestyle. Make sure that you check your hormones, like your testosterone levels, every year, because you might be having low testosterone without even knowing it and without even having any symptoms. Other aesthetic treatments that we do here is laser hair removal, which is indicated for both males and females, and facials, which is also indicated for males and females. So Whether you are a male or a female, we have something here at GLANZ for you, and we want to make sure not only you look your best, but you feel your best. Myth number 3, bioidentical hormone replacement therapy is only for menopausal women. No, this is not correct. I do see a lot of younger patients in my practice that have hormonal imbalance. When we talk about hormones, it's not only about our thyroid or patients that have diabetes or pre-diabetes. We're talking about testosterone levels, estrogen levels. How are we functioning in our daily life? If we have symptoms like fatigue, we feel like we fall asleep all the time, we can't fall asleep, or we have insomnia, we can't concentrate at work, we feel our libido is low, we have no energy, we are going to the gym and we're not losing appropriate weight, or we are going to the gym and we don't see our muscle mass going up or building up, that could mean that you have a hormonal imbalance. So I do treat patients that are menopausal and I replace their hormones with estrogen and testosterone, but I also treat younger patients in their 20s or 30s that do have hormonal imbalance, and they come here because they're not feeling good and they're having all these symptoms and no one can pinpoint what it is. So if this is you, we have a solution, but it is not only for older patients or menopausal women or men that are what's called have andropause, or which is the same, they have low testosterone. This doesn't happen only to older patients, it does happen to younger patients as well. Myth number 4, if I shave my hair too much, will my hair grow faster and thicker? This is very common that the patients ask me this question. No. It doesn't mean because you shave the hair follicle, your hair is going to grow thicker and faster. There is a hair cycle that is present on every patient, and this changes based on sex, hormonal imbalances, whether we have more testosterone, which is the hair hormone, ethnicity. Patients that are maybe on one part of the world have more hair, more prone to more hair, thicker hair, than patients that are on other parts of the world, where it's not really that common for patients to have thicker black hair. So all of those things are going to influence whether or not your hair gets thicker. But if you do hair removal treatments, you have to shave the area because there cannot be any hair on top while you're doing the treatments that could cause a burn on the skin. So we are going to tell the patients to shave, but that doesn't mean the hair follicle is going to get thicker and grow faster. If you have laser hair removal treatments, that's going to kill or kind of damage the follicle of the hair. This is going to cause the hair to grow slower and definitely make sure that it grows thinner so that you have really good results, which is why you're doing the treatment to begin with. Last but not least, this is our final myth. Aesthetic procedures are always risky and unsafe. While that can be true, here at GLANZ, we prioritize our experience of our providers and we prioritize safety. So when we're talking about an aesthetic procedure, any aesthetic procedure, it can happen with a facial, it can happen with injectables, and it can happen with a laser. There's always risks associated to that procedure. But what we do is we try to get as much history as we can for the patient. We try to make sure that you can follow your post instructions and make sure we take the appropriate steps so that the treatments that you get here are safe and provide long-lasting results. If a patient has a side effect from a treatment, like for example, if we're talking about a weight loss program, some of our weight loss program may experience nausea and vomiting, some may experience diarrhea or acid reflux. If that happens, we have a messaging system, which is important. If you are getting a treatment by a provider, make sure you have a telephone number that you can contact them if anything weird happens at home or if you have questions. This is very important when we're talking about getting treatments done at a medical spa. So we do have that here at GLANZ, where we have a way that you can contact the provider or myself 24 hours. So if something happens, we're gonna answer all your questions, give you remedies on what to do. But our treatments are safe, and we try to make sure that you are, once you leave the office, you are clear on your instructions and everything that you have to do. And although some procedures can have downtime, you want to make sure that the benefits can outweigh the risks of that procedure. If you have any questions about a treatment, or if you have any myths that you want to see if those myths that you read online or through Google Doc, or that your friend told you she heard at another clinic, if you have those questions, please send them to us. Write them in the link below or the comment section below. You can send them through us to Instagram, and we'll be happy to answer that for you. Our staff members know exactly what they need to answer. They're very well certified to make sure that they can answer your questions. If not, it will be one of our questions that I answer on our live, so that you can get clarity of any questions that you may have, because that's why we're here. To end this podcast, I'm going to leave you with the quote of the day, which I love. When a girl falls in love with herself, the whole world falls in love with her. It's not important how we look. I know we all want to look young forever, because I do too, but what it's important is it's what's inside of you and how you feel about yourself. You can be a beautiful person and really reflect all the negative things that are inside of you, including low self-esteem. So my recommendation to you is heal anything you have to heal inside of you first, and try to fall in love with the person that you are, and you will radiate that to everyone else around you. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next week's episode. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe below, and it was a pleasure talking to you all.